Can you imagine what it would be like to stand with one foot in Europe and the other in Asia? Welcome to Turkey. But what makes Turkey so unique that it's considered one of the most fascinating places on Earth? Today, we're about to uncover 15 shocking facts about Turkey. From hidden underground cities to stunningly captivating women, Turkey is full of surprises that will leave you speechless. Number 15. One of the most coastal countries in the region. Did you know that the most coastal country in Western Eurasia isn't France, Spain, or even Italy? It's Turkey. With more than 8,300 kilometers of shoreline, Turkey has one of the longest and most diverse coastlines in the entire region. What makes it even more unique is that it borders not one, but 4 different seas. This unique geography means that no matter where you are in Turkey, the sea is never too far away. In the west, the Aegean coast is dotted with olive trees, ancient ruins, and calm waters perfect for sailing. Down south, the Mediterranean coastline is a paradise of long beaches, hidden coves, and resort towns like Antalya and Fethiye. To the north, the Black Sea coast is cooler and famous for its tea plantations and forests. And right in the middle lies the Sea of Marmara that links the European and Asian sides of Istanbul through the Bosphorus Strait. With this much access to water, it's no surprise that seafood is a major part of Turkish cuisine and that locals grow up swimming, sailing, and sunbathing as part of everyday life. Number 14. The largest underground city on Earth. What do you do when armies keep invading your land and home is no longer safe above ground? Instead of running away, the ancient people of Cappadocia in Turkey answered that question by building Derinkuyu, the largest underground city on Earth. This isn't just a collection of caves, it's a vast network of tunnels, rooms, and passageways stretching nearly 85 meters below the Earth's surface. Carved entirely by hand, the city is capable of holding over 20,000 people along with their livestock and supplies. It contains ventilation shafts, wells, kitchens, living spaces, and even churches. And here is the craziest part. Derinkuyu was rediscovered entirely by accident in 1963 when a local man knocked down a wall in his basement while renovating his home. Talk about a hidden treasure. Today, Derinkuyu is not just a secret underground mystery, but a place for tourists and a reminder of how people found smart ways to survive. You can walk through its tiny tunnels, stand in old kitchens, and see how thousands once lived underground. New parts are still being found, so who knows how much of it is still hidden below the surface. Number 13. The most beautiful and fascinating women in the world. Walking through the streets of Istanbul or the coastal towns of Turkey, you'll be struck by the women here. It's not just their beauty or graceful figure. Turkish women often have striking features: dark, expressive eyes, beautiful olive skin, and thick, lustrous hair that shines in the Mediterranean sun. They carry a unique beauty that's both elegant and naturally captivating, requiring little embellishment to stand out. But the most remarkable thing is their personality. Turkish women are strong and independent, balancing modern outlooks with traditional values. They're well-educated, with more women graduating from universities than men in recent years. They're direct, unafraid to share opinions, and increasingly value gender equality while maintaining close family connections. They're sophisticated like models, confident in their own skin. And while traditional courtship still exists, modern Turkish women in cities like Istanbul or Izmir enjoy dating much like their European counterparts. In fact, Turkish women expect genuine respect and conversation on dates. Superficial charm won't get you far. This unique cultural trait makes Turkish women stand out to many foreigners. And yet, beneath that bold and independent image, Turkish women become warm, nurturing mothers once they start a family. They prioritize their children's happiness and always make time for family gatherings. Turkish women also love their freedom, pursuing careers while balancing family life, enjoying the Mediterranean lifestyle of outdoor cafes, coastal walks, and cultural activities far more than materialistic pursuits. They choose to live vibrant, balanced lives in their own unique way. Want to know a few tips on how to win over a woman who's smart, independent, and irresistibly charming like that? Drop a comment with the number 8 and we'll give you the answer. Number 12, the country that drinks the most tea in the world. Do you love drinking tea? Then come to Turkey. The Turks are among the biggest tea lovers in the world. On average, each person drinks an astonishing 3 to 4 kilograms of tea per year, which translates to over 1,000 cups annually. This places Turkey consistently at the top of the global tea consumption rankings, even ahead of England and China. But the interesting part isn't just the quantity, it's the way they drink it. In Turkey, drinking tea isn't just a habit, it's a social ritual. Throughout the day, Turks step away from their busy schedules to enjoy hot glasses of tea together. This moment is sacred tea time. No one rushes, no one checks the clock. It's all about warm, light, and genuine conversations. Something that reminds many older Americans of the good old days when neighbors would invite each other over for a morning cup of coffee. Although Turks are heavy tea drinkers, their tea culture is surprisingly simple. They prefer their tea strong, straight, served in small tulip-shaped glasses that showcase the ruby red color. And they don't drink it to wake up, they drink it to connect. When a Turkish person invites you over for tea, it's not just an invitation, it's a sign of trust. It means you're part of their circle now. If you're a first-time visitor to Turkey, watch out for shops labeled nargile cafes. Sounds harmless, right? But in Turkey, these places offer something entirely different. Traditional water pipes for smoking flavored tobacco, an ancient tradition you won't find practiced the same way in other parts of the world. Curious what the experience is like? Leave a comment with number 9 and we'll tell you a fun story. Number 11, the most breathtaking Ottoman architecture in the world. One of the first things you'll notice in Turkey is the breathtaking architecture. Massive domed mosques, ornate palaces, and intricate buildings that look like they were crafted by artistic giants rather than human hands. Have you ever wondered how these structures have survived for centuries in an earthquake zone? Ottoman architects developed ingenious techniques using flexible materials, precise mathematical calculations, and dome structures that could flex without breaking. This was smart and scientifically advanced for its time. One detail that often surprises and delights visitors is how Ottoman buildings create a sense of heavenly lightness despite their massive size. The first time you step inside the Süleymaniye Mosque or Topkapı Palace, prepare to be stunned by how light filters through hundreds of carefully placed windows, making 500-ton domes seem to float in air. The Turks are not just creative with stone and brick, they are also known for their ability to blend influences from different cultures. In Istanbul alone, there are buildings that combine Byzantine, Ottoman, Armenian, Italian, and French architecture, all in a way that reflects Turkey's position at the crossroads of civilizations. These magnificent structures, standing proudly for centuries, are a normal part of everyday Turkish life. Number 10. The cats of Istanbul, the most pampered strays on earth. With an estimated 125,000 street cats, Istanbul is undeniably the cat capital of Europe. But unlike strays in other countries, Istanbul's cats live like privileged citizens with an entire human population serving as their caretakers. From shopkeepers to students to grandmothers, everyone feeds, shelters, and cares for these furry residents who technically belong to no one yet, are treated as if they belong to everyone. About 20% of all food scraps in Istanbul go to street cats, and you'll see custom-built cat houses in nearly every neighborhood, complete with blankets, food, and water stations. Here's a fun fact. If you're visiting Istanbul and stopping at a cafe, don't be surprised when a local cat jumps into your lap or onto your table, expecting a treat and some attention. Cats have been part of city life for so long they're considered natural companions. Even the most elegant restaurants and historic mosques have their resident cats who freely wander in and out, sometimes even interrupting prayer services without anyone minding. In Istanbul, a cat represents a centuries-old tradition of compassion, religious respect for animals, and a lifestyle that values small moments of connection with other living beings. So what's your favorite cat breed? Comment your answer below. Number 9. Istanbul, the only city built on 2 continents. Did you know Istanbul is the only city in the world located on 2 different continents? With Europe on one side and Asia on the other, Istanbul is literally split down the middle by the Bosphorus Strait. Standing on the European shore, you can gaze across the water to see Asia right in front of you. Each side of Istanbul offers something different. The European side holds the city's historic heart, colorful bazaars, elegant mosques, and the lively neighborhoods around Taksim Square. Cross one of Istanbul's bridges or hop on a ferry to Asia, and you'll find quieter streets, cozy cafes, and charming neighborhoods like Kadıköy, known for its art scene and relaxed atmosphere. At night, Istanbul transforms into a vibrant playground of lights and energy. The Beyoğlu district comes alive with rooftop bars offering spectacular views of illuminated mosques and the shimmering Bosphorus. Unlike the wild club scenes of some European cities, Istanbul's nightlife has a more sophisticated feel. Locals gather in meyhanes, traditional taverns, where live Turkish music plays while people share meze plates and rakı, the anise-flavored national drink. For the younger crowd, areas like Karaköy and Beşiktaş buzz with modern cocktail bars, live music venues, and casual pubs where university students and young professionals mix until the early hours. What makes Istanbul's nightlife special is how it blends the old with the new. You might find yourself dancing in a renovated Ottoman-era building or sipping cocktails on a terrace with views of ancient minarets lit up against the night sky. Number 8. Turkey's love for breakfast, or the most important meal of the day. If you think you've had a great breakfast, just wait until you experience breakfast in Turkey. Turks take breakfast incredibly seriously. It's not just the first meal of the day, it's a daily celebration. A traditional Turkish breakfast can easily cover the entire table, with dozens of plates filled with cheeses, olives, honey, fresh bread, eggs, tomatoes, cucumbers, pastries, and of course, endless glasses of Turkish tea. What makes Turkish breakfast special is the idea of sharing and community. Families and friends gather around tables, sometimes sitting for hours talking, laughing, and slowly enjoying the delicious food. Every region adds something unique. In the east, you'll find rich honeycomb and butter, while along the coast, seafood specialties might even make their way onto the breakfast table. Breakfast restaurants in Turkey serve these huge meals until the afternoon, proving just how much Turks love their morning feast. Forget quick cereal or toast. Here, breakfast is a cultural event that brings people together and starts the day on a delicious note. The Turkish word for breakfast, kahvaltı, literally means before coffee, though ironically, most Turks now drink tea rather than coffee in the morning. If you think your breakfast could compete with a Turkish one, tell us your favorite breakfast dish in the comments below. Number 7. Turkey has more ancient ruins than Greece and Italy combined. When people think of ancient ruins, Greece or Italy usually come to mind first. But did you know Turkey actually has more ancient Greek and Roman ruins than both of those countries combined? Because of Turkey's position at the heart of several great ancient empires, archaeological sites are literally everywhere. In Ephesus, you can walk down marble streets that once welcomed Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, see libraries built over 2,000 years ago, and visit grand theaters still used for performances today. Along the southern coast, cities like Side and Aspendos boast stunningly preserved Roman theaters and temples. In central Turkey, Hierapolis has ancient Roman baths sitting next to natural hot springs that visitors can still bathe in. The sheer number of ancient cities scattered throughout Turkey is mind-blowing. Many haven't even been fully excavated yet. Archaeologists estimate that thousands of undiscovered ruins still lie beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed. What's most amazing is how these ancient sites aren't cordoned off as sterile museums. They're integrated into daily life, with modern Turkish towns often built right alongside ruins that date back millennia. Number 6. The world's oldest and most unique national sport. Forget soccer or basketball. Turkey has a national sport unlike anything you've ever seen. It's called oil wrestling, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Wrestlers cover themselves head to toe in olive oil, making it incredibly difficult for opponents to get a good grip. This tradition goes back over 650 years, starting in the Ottoman Empire. Each summer, Turkey hosts the Kırkpınar Festival in Edirne, the oldest continuously running sporting event in the world. Thousands of spectators gather to watch wrestlers compete for pride, honor, and the legendary Golden Belt. But oil wrestling is about more than just strength. It's also about skill, technique, and respect. Wrestlers form close friendships, and matches always begin and end with gestures of mutual respect. The olive oil symbolizes strength, purity, and brotherhood, values deeply important to Turkish culture. Turkish people love traditions but also have interesting superstitions that might surprise visitors. Many Turks avoid stepping on a threshold, believing it brings bad luck. They're careful about scissors, never hand them directly to another person, always set them down first. The evil eye, nazar, is taken seriously, with blue eye-shaped amulets hanging everywhere from homes to businesses to protect against jealousy. Even complimenting someone's child too enthusiastically requires touching wood afterward to avoid bringing bad luck. What's the strangest sport you've ever seen? Tell us all about it in the comments. Number 5. One of the friendliest and most hospitable countries on Earth. Turkey consistently ranks among the friendliest and most welcoming countries in the world, and for good reason. Turkish people are famous for their genuine warmth and hospitality, believing that visitors are guests sent by God. Whether you're shopping in Istanbul's Grand Bazaar or visiting small villages along the coast, locals will often invite you into their homes for tea, conversation, or even dinner. In Turkey, hospitality is deeply rooted in tradition. If you stay in a Turkish home, expect to be treated like family. You'll experience long meals filled with delicious food, endless cups of tea, and stories that stretch into the evening. Even strangers on the street might offer to help you with directions, recommendations, or simply greet you with a warm smile. Turkish children grow up in an environment where family bonds are treasured above all else. Regular Sunday gatherings bring extended families together for meals that last hours. Elderly parents are rarely sent to retirement homes. Instead, they live with their adult children, creating households where 3 generations often share daily life. This creates a society where people learn the value of community from an early age. It's this welcoming culture that makes Turkey a place travelers fall in love with instantly. No matter where you're from, Turks will make sure you feel right at home, turning a simple visit into unforgettable memories filled with warmth and genuine connection. Have you ever experienced extraordinary hospitality while traveling? Share your story in the comments. Number 4, the most colorful and extraordinary festivals in the region. If you want to experience Turkey's true spirit, you should visit during one of its vibrant festivals. The most famous is probably the Istanbul Tulip Festival, held every April, where the city bursts into color with millions of tulips decorating parks, streets, and historical landmarks. Did you know that tulips were actually first cultivated in Turkey, not the Netherlands? Another breathtaking event is Cappadocia's International Hot Air Balloon Festival. Each July, hundreds of brightly colored balloons float over the surreal landscape, creating an enchanting spectacle. Visitors from all over the world gather to see the sunrise from these balloons, floating gently over valleys dotted with fairy chimneys. The Mesir Makunu Festival in Manisa celebrates an ancient paste made of 41 spices and herbs, originally created as medicine in Ottoman times. During this unique celebration, thousands of small packages of the paste are thrown from the Sultan Mosque to eager crowds below. This 500-year-old tradition is now protected by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. For music lovers, the Istanbul Jazz Festival attracts world-class performers every summer, while the Aspendos Opera and Ballet Festival stages performances in a perfectly preserved 2,000-year-old Roman theater with incredible acoustics. Whatever your interest, from food to music to history, Turkey offers festivals that bring its culture to vibrant, unforgettable life. Number 3. Turkey is home to some of the world's most magical landscapes. Turkey's landscapes seem almost too magical to be real. Take Pamukkale, for example, a series of bright white terraces that look like fluffy clouds cascading down a mountain. These stunning terraces are actually formed by calcium-rich thermal waters, creating natural pools that visitors can even swim in. Then there's Cappadocia, famous for its surreal landscape of fairy chimneys, tall, cone-shaped rock formations sculpted by wind and rain over millions of years. Cappadocia is so breathtaking that hundreds of hot air balloons take off here each morning, allowing visitors to float over the valleys as the sun rises, creating one of the most photographed scenes in the world. But Turkey's natural wonders don't end there. The Cotton Castle of Pamukkale draws visitors to its white terraced pools, filled with mineral-rich thermal waters. Lake Van shimmers with a unique blue against snowy mountains. The Lishan Way offers hikers 540 kilometers of breathtaking coastal paths with views that change from pine forests to Mediterranean beaches. Turkey's diverse landscapes range from the lush Black Sea mountains to the otherworldly salt flats of Lake Tuz and the dramatic waterfalls of Antalya. Number 2, the most delicious and diverse food in the world. First-time visitors to Turkey might be surprised by the incredible diversity and richness of Turkish cuisine. It's not just kebabs, Turkish food is a complex tapestry of flavors that reflects the country's position at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Turks take enormous pride in dishes like kebabs grilled over open flames, deliciously flaky baklava filled with pistachios, and perfectly seasoned mezes. Small dishes like hummus, eggplant salad, and stuffed grape leaves that fill the table. And let's not forget Turkish breakfasts, an endless feast of cheeses, olives, fresh breads, honey, and eggs enjoyed slowly and socially, accompanied by endless glasses of tea. But the real beauty of Turkish food lies in its regional diversity. The Black Sea coast is famous for hamsi, or anchovy dishes, and cornbread. Central Anatolia specializes in manti, or tiny meat dumplings. The southeast boasts spicy kebabs influenced by Syrian and Kurdish traditions. The Aegean coast embraces olive oil, fresh herbs, and light vegetable dishes reminiscent of Greek cuisine. What unites all Turkish cooking is a devotion to fresh, seasonal ingredients and time-honored techniques. Number 1. The most affordable and comfortable cost of living in Europe. Thinking about visiting or even living in Turkey? You might be surprised at how affordable and comfortable life here can be. Compared to many European or American cities, your money goes much further in Turkey. Renting a cozy apartment in central Istanbul typically costs between $400 and $800 a month, while smaller cities like Antalya or Izmir offer even cheaper prices. Basic utilities including electricity, water, and heating usually run just $50 to $100 per month, and high-speed internet starts around $15 to $25. Public transportation is reliable and affordable too, with monthly passes costing only about $30 to $40. But in many Turkish cities, especially along the coast, it's easy to walk or bike everywhere. However, the average Turkish worker makes approximately $500 to $800 per month, though this varies widely by profession. Food is where you'll find the biggest savings. Fresh vegetables, fruits, breads, and cheeses are both plentiful and cheap. Cooking at home, you can comfortably feed yourself for $100 to $200 per month. Even eating out won't break the bank. Delicious meals at casual restaurants cost around $4 to $8. Altogether, a single person can live comfortably in Turkey's major cities on just $700 to $1,200 a month. With this affordable lifestyle, would you choose to settle here? Please share your answer in the comments. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Tap the screen for more content like this. See you in the next one.